he was added to FIFA 16, he would actually be a new card because he's actually only on head-to-head right now, and he's actually a 66 rated centre attacking midfielder. They are his stats officially converted from head-to-head. He's got 5-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot with 72 pace, 75 dribbling and 60 shooting. Right, and as for his stats last season, they're very hard to get hold of because I think a majority of his minutes and appearances were actually at youth level. I'm not going to consider them because in all honesty, it's very hard to track them on their own, and I don't think he played any minutes for AC Milan despite being registered for the actual first team. And again, he's not 100% going to be on FIFA 16 Ultimate Team. There is a larger possibility now that he has got a picture and everything on head-to-head, and also in terms of price, I think it'd be pretty cheap as well, given the fact that he's so low rated. And that then moves us on to our second player, which is going to be Alexandre Lacazette of Lyon in France. And I mean, he's been on fire this season. His stats clearly show that. 40 games, 31 goals and 8 assists. And on FIFA 15, he's had so many different cards. He's had informs, upgrades, team of the seasons, and also a purple card on top of that as well. I mean, like I said, he's been an absolute fire, and there's a reason a lot of the European top clubs are actually after him. So his FIFA 15 card, I've gone with his upgrade card, which is 82 rated. That card then has 88 pace, 85 dribbling, 83 shooting, 75 physical, and 72 passing. And my card that I've actually given him isn't actually too dissimilar. I've upped his rating by 1, and the reason I've actually not changed the card too much, let me put this point across. Lacazette's card, his upgrade card on the left hand side, was actually released around February for the January upgrades, and in my opinion, I think he actually as well on top of that, I think he had an injury from around that time towards the end of the season. But saying that, I've actually just looked at his injury. It only did last around 5 games, but from February to the end of the season, he only actually scored 6 goals. So I think keeping it around the same type of card would be fair, but upping the rating to an 83. He also has 4-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot on top of that. But other things I've got to mention, he could be very close to a big money move. There's a lot of Premier League clubs linked to him currently for around £30 million. It may not happen, but it still may do. So he may not even be at Lyon next season. And also the hype. Hype is a big thing in FIFA. Just look at James Rodriguez last year. After the World Cup, he went up to an 86. So I think 83 is there or thereabouts for Lacazette. And the third player of the episode is going to be Felipe Coutinho of Liverpool. Right, this one could be quite controversial given people's opinions, because a lot of people seem to just base their opinion not just on watching a player, but mainly on stats. And that for me, and for a lot of people as well, consider that very wrong. To get a full opinion on a player, you should have to watch him like most weeks at least, not just highlights on YouTube because they only show the good bits. Coutinho though, most games towards the end of last season from like December onwards, he was our best player. Now given an 83, again, a lot of people, I'd say about 90% of people actually on Twitter agreed with me with that rating. So I've given him +1 pace, +5 shooting. Again, this could be more, but his finishing in real life still isn't up to point. I mean, he does have a very good shot on him, just it's not as accurate as it could be. +1 dribbling, +2 passing, +2 defending, and +2 physical. I've given him 4-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot, and last season played 52 games, getting 8 goals and 6 assists. That doesn't look good at all. But again, key passes and stuff like that, if you look at it into more detail, if you are a stats man, again, I'm not really that type of person, but if you look at them type of stats, they kind of show more that he's been doing. He did get into the real life Barclays Premier League Team of the Year. Again, this controversial side of it. His key passes are great, but he had terrible strikers in front of him. Daniel Sturridge was injured for a majority of last season, and Balotelli and that were terrible again. His shooting could be higher because of low finishing, and also one thing I forgot to mention, there's the likes of Oscar, who's 84 rated, and last season this guy was probably just as good. So that's my opinion on Felipe Coutinho. Again, other people disagree, some people will agree. Let me know in the comments below what you think of that one. The final player of the episode is going to be Cristiano Ronaldo. So this guy had an absolute unreal season again. He's doing it every single year, just like Lionel Messi, and he can do absolutely everything. He has everything about him, and he's one of the best athletes you'll ever see. But then back onto FIFA, and a lot of people I've seen have put him as a striker. I think that's a bit far-fetched. He did get a few striker cards last season because he was starting as a left winger and then drifted into striker about 10 minutes. So I mean, he does play a majority of his games down the middle, but on the team sheet, he is still a left winger. And the rating I've actually given him is the same rating that's actually been leaked from the early stages of FIFA 16 on the screenshots we have seen. So Ronaldo, he's a 92 rated card on FIFA 15, which should have been higher in my opinion again. But the changes I've made then, I've upped his passing by 2, his dribbling by 1, defending by 1, and physical by 2. And the reason I've not touched that shooting stat is because when he gets an inform, that'll probably go up to 95 or 96. Gets one more inform, which is kind of inevitable at Ronaldo's level, and he'll be up to 99 already. So with the ratings, I've got to apply some kind of logic as well, and hopefully that does answer questions why I've not changed a lot of stuff. And last season, 54 games, 61 goals and 22 assists. Absolute madman stuff from Ronaldo right there. And also I've upped his weak foot to 5-star. And there's a lot of times last season where I'd go through on his left foot and he'd be 100% comfortable in finishing it. Just like Neymar last year, he got upgraded to 5-star weak foot, and I think Ronaldo should have been that as well from then, because if you watch him for Portugal example, he actually does start as a striker, and a lot of his goals seem to come from his left foot whenever I see them. But again, that is my